Hi friends. So, we're still here. Now, where is here? I am so glad, and I know many are, that we're finally past this day that the powers that were have been using to scare the bejesus out of us for quite a long time. Well, that's over now. We'll see what shenanigans they'll pull next. But this one's finished. No free ride. What do you think? Are you free? Are you taking responsibility for where you are? For what you see? I'd love to see us unify. I'd love to see us break through the paper bag of separation. That's all it is that seemingly keeps us apart. It's nothing really. The veil will come down. Some say that's the meaning of the 12/21 date on the Mayan calendar. That the veil will come down. Not that life will end, good Lord. Well, we know that now. So, moving on. You're this too. You're everything. Nothing exists anywhere that you're not, that I'm not. We're that garbage dump back there. We're everything. Sure, we're good looking and we're beautiful and we're kind of silly looking and, you know, we're all the critters. We're all the plants. We're all that is. One thing we're not anymore is karma. Karma ridden, karma driven. That's over. At a certain point, one just sort of rises up above it. It's like rising up above 3D. 3D and karma go very much together. When you rise up a little higher, then you're realizing that you're creating your own reality. And you know that anyone you reach out and touch in any way, shape, or form, even through thought about them, you're touching yourself. You know? You are all that is. And all that isn't. You're the void too. You're all of it. The question is, when will you be ready to reach out and accept it? Begin to own it. Open up to it. When will you stop believing in separation? Well, or when will I stop? I mean, you know, we've all had this driven so deeply into us that it's a bit more than challenging to get beyond it. We want to live in a magical paradise. You know, we want everything to be just dandy, but then we look to outside of ourselves to bring it about. And what sense does that make? We are that. We are that. We're every puppy we've ever smacked. We're every child that's ever been smacked. We're smacker and smacky, my friends. And waking up to that is like magic. You quit smacking, you know, self or others. You learn to be gentle and create your own paradise. At some point, we'll recognize us and our ET friends we'll all recognize that we're really just brethren. We're not only brethren with everyone here on earth of every shape, color, and size, but we're brethren with all of it, every bit, and not just now, but for all time. All of history, we're all of that too. There's nothing that we're not. Not one thing. We're all of it. It's just one. Don't you think that's kind of cool? Can you make room inside for it? Can you drop it down in heart and begin pondering? Hey, you know, may the elf of Christmas, past, present, and future, be kind to you. And sometimes kindness is a slap, because that's what's needed to break the energy logjam. That's why the smacks come up, to break the energy logjam. Source knows just exactly what's required to help you swim straight, to help you find the water that you're swimming in, and quit going out in search of it everywhere, asking everyone, I've heard of this thing called water. Where is it? Can you tell me? And here we are swimming in it. It's much like that. So, this ascension stuff, it's still happening. Just because this calendar date past is really somewhat meaningless, the way a lot of people looked at it was from the mind, rather than from within heart. You can't lose anything. You can't make any mistakes. You really can't screw up. You can't die. And you were never born. Now, for each and every one of us, when we first encountered such ideas, they sounded crazy, blasphemous, when looked at through the eyes of the religions. But my bet is that each and every one of us is now far more open to such ideas, and to go and take a peek at where they're pointing. No one can give us our ascension. We ascend as we clean out inside. Not just the physical body, but the mental body. You know, not just the conscious mind, but the subconscious mind. And as we rise up, we're expanding out. The veil is dropping, and so we're becoming more and more aware of the subconscious. And that's not always so comfortable, huh? But it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Open up, make room. It's beautiful. Whatever's coming up for you is just exactly the right thing, the best thing. Have you shut yourself down? Most of us did, out of self-defense. This is a tough place for a light being to be. It really is. I think we can all pat ourselves on the back that we've made it thus far. Hadn't been easy for anyone. Anyone. And when you consider that underneath it all, everyone is you, that means every challenge anyone has ever gone through, you have. You are them. All the blessings are yours. All the challenges, they're yours too. And once we enter heart, we find it can all be fun. It can all be quite enjoyable. Even though this here kitty would love to eat this here fish, and this here fish really prefers not to be eaten, In the end, it doesn't matter. We all come back and do it again. Ha! What do you say? Only each time now that we come back, the energy will be higher and higher. We're walking into our oneness. And one of the big secrets there is to learn to love the self. Even if you look like this, you know, all of us learn to love the self. If you want out of here, love is the way. Love is the answer. There's no leprechaun going to give you his treasure at the end of the rainbow. You contain the leprechaun, the treasure, and the rainbow. It's all inside. Got it? Now, I know some are mightily disappointed. Let's all look at that and see what was under believing what we believed. What was motivating that? It's no big deal. It wasn't wrong. It was just that we needed to be shown a little bit more of the self. And so now we've seen it. We haven't necessarily come to terms with it, but at least we've seen it. And for those that are ready, it's time to say thank you for showing it to me, higher self. I appreciate that. And I'm willing to deal with it. You know? Not such a bad deal, huh? As for ascension, well, we're ascending every day. Be love. Self and here and now. Being love. That's it. It's easiest, I found, through heart. Self, here now, or now here. I like that because when you put it together, it becomes nowhere. Now here and nowhere are the same thing. There are such delightful tricks and hints hidden away in our language. It's truly amazing. I suspect it's hidden away in all languages. If we would only have eyes to see. If we would only look. So, just think. What's it like to be all the flies flying around? Everywhere. Every kind of fly. Every kind of thing that flies. All the birds. You're the birds too. Are you ready? Are you ready to own up to it? It's the mind that is correlated with 3D. And so, being in mind, it helps us in 3D. It's a beautiful thing, but it's not transcendent. So, I suggest heart. Now, it would be really nice if I had a little toy that was heart. Maybe this guy is one of the closest. He's ugly but cute, huh? His eyes are like flames, or cat's eyes. And those that have a lot of fear inside might say, "Ah, reptilian eyes! Oh my God, run for the hills!" You know, folks, we're not human. Have you figured that out yet? Have you? Huh? We're not human, and we're not from here. And when you're eternal, just stop and think about all the different kind of bodies you've worn. Do you think you've only been human? If you're an old soul, I guarantee you have taken on other forms. What about being a mountain? Being clouds? being a number, being a concept. Doesn't all have to be just 3D bodies, you know. This stuff's pretty heavy compared to a lot of the rest of it. So, be what you will. Let your imagination go free. You know? You're all of it anyway. Well, if you are all of it anyway, then why shouldn't you be able to experience that? If you'll stay out of the mind and get into your heart, you will. It's there. Here's the thing though, how about we make peace with what is? If you're not experiencing it now, then maybe it's not the best thing. And when it's the best thing, you'll be experiencing it. Can we grant reality the right to be what it is? Huh? What do you say? And quit fighting it? How about we just welcome it instead? What a neat thought. Just to say thank you for whatever is. It doesn't matter. Now, again, you know, use your mind too. When somebody punches you in the nose, you don't thank him for that. It's source, higher self, spirit. Okay, that's where this stuff is coming from, and that's where you live. You don't live here, you know? Or you do live here, but you live here in all of it. Even the planet, your planets and your suns. You're a dust mote. You're a fairy. And you're all of it at once. That's pretty awesome, really. We're awesome beyond the ability of 3D to imagine. So it takes getting out of 3D, and we can all do that. The portal is within. So, I invite everybody there. And I invite everybody to quit fighting life. If you want to change it, if you don't like it, the way you do that is to change the self. You learn to love the self and make it the best self you can. You be the best you can be. You get rid of the old beliefs that just didn't pan out, you know, they just didn't turn out to be true. Oh well, big deal. Try something new. You know, nothing is lost. Nothing can be. If you are all of it, then every moment in time is yours. Every experience, every when, everywhere, it's all yours. It's all mine. It's just that for a while we chose to come in and play this game. And in order to do that, we had to kind of put a veil between us and the rest. Well, the time is here. The veil is lifting. And for the rest of the road, the rest of the trip, you're in charge. Not everybody has free will. Sleeple and sheeple are not awake enough. They do not have true free will. They just think they do. But we do. We get to choose. So, happy December 22nd! You know, let's love everybody. Let's let them choose their own beliefs. And let's leave them alone. We're not in charge of them. What do you say? And pretty soon, there will be no more war. Because we just won't be willing to do it, to pick up the gun, or to put up with it. What do you say? Self and now. Now here and self. And love containing it all. Be that. See you again soon. Bye-bye.